I didn't really plan this day, I just knew I wanted to go to Gangnam and see what kind of day it turned into. So I started here with a coffee. I feel like coffee kind of decides the tone of your day. Not in a dramatic way, but in a subtle, this is how fast I'm gonna move today kind of way. I got a latte, sweet enough to start the day on a good note, and my future self wouldn't complain. There's something about starting your morning in a new area that makes you pay more attention. Even small things feel more intentional, like the way people move or how quiet or loud a street is. Gangnam has this reputation of being very polished, very fast-paced, but walking through it in the morning feels a lot calmer than I expected. I'm at Starfield Library now, and I've seen this place so many times online, but it's very different seeing it in person. It's inside a shopping mall, which already feels a little unexpected. The first thing you notice is the scale. The shelves go all the way up, like multiple stories high, and everything is very open. It doesn't feel like a traditional library. It feels more like a public space built around books, which I think is interesting because it's not just about reading, it's about being around the idea of reading. There are people sitting everywhere, some reading, some working, some just resting, and it doesn't feel strict or quiet in the way libraries usually are. It feels accessible, like you don't have to be here for a specific reason, you can just exist here for a while. I think spaces like this say a lot about how we interact with information now, because technically you can read anything on your phone, but people still come here, and I don't think it's just for the books. I think it's for the environment, the feeling of focus, or maybe just being surrounded by something a little more intentional than everyday life. I'm going to head to Bongeunsa Temple now. It's really close to here, which feels a bit unexpected considering how different it is. That's something I didn't fully get about Gangnam before coming here. It's not just one kind of place. You have spaces like Starfield Library that feel very designed and modern, and then within a few minutes, you're somewhere with a completely different history. I've just arrived at Bongeunsa Temple, and the contrast is kind of the point. You don't ease into it, it just changes. The layout is a lot more open, and everything feels more spaced out. There's less happening visually, but somehow more to take in. This temple dates back to the 8th century, which is easy to overlook until you actually stop and think about it, especially with everything around it being so current. Here, people come with their own reasons, whether that's to pray or just spend some time here. You kind of find your place within that. I think I usually look for something to focus on, like a task or a plan, and here that instinct kind of drops. There isn't the same pressure to be doing something. Today ended up feeling more varied than I expected. Starting in a place like the library and ending here, they're nothing alike, but that's kind of why it works. I think that's what I like about this area. You don't have to go far to get a completely different experience. So, that was my day in Gangnam. Nothing overly planned, just moving through a few places and seeing how they felt.